Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. Now come on in. Now come. Sorry, y'all. Y'all know I'm weird. Whatever.
Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl BondyBlue. So let's go ahead. Let's go ahead. Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl BondyBlue. Okay, follow me on Instagram and let's get into the video, right?
Hey, everybody. Hey, y'all. What's going on? It's your girl BondyBlue. I'm back with another BondyBlue show. If you're new here, we're about to get into some blog topics. I'm about to say some trying not to cuss so early in the video. I'm happy that y'all are here. Okay. I have to get this done so I can go to the gym, child. My earphones are charged. My headphones are charged, girl. The towels are washed. The dogs are fed. And I'm ready to go to the gym. So I ain't gonna keep y'all here too long, but can y'all just do me a favor and subscribe to my channel? Subscribe to my secondary channel, BondyBlue Bites, where I cut up these lives, little bite-sized pieces for you guys. And, you can watch them per topic in the long playlist that I've created over there for you. So please subscribe to that channel. Thank you very, very much. Okay, we made 6,000 over there. All right. Also follow me on TikTok. Okay. I made 11,000 on TikTok. Woohoo. Girl, it's not safe over there though. It's not the girl. You got to be over here on YouTube, because over here on YouTube, I can say everything. I cannot say anything over there on TikTok, girl. I be talking, but they don't let me say nothing. So you should definitely follow me over here, girl. Follow me over here, girl. All right. Let's go ahead and get into the show. I have a few things to talk about. I hope I can get through all of these things, but I do want to start here. I want to start with the all-female Blue Origin crew bringing glam to space with 11-minute flight featuring Katy Perry, Gayle King, Aisha Bowie, Amanda Nguyen, Carrie Ann Flynn, and Lauren Sanchez. Okay? So this is
a puff of dust, last milliseconds, air cushion that would kick up the dust. It's a very soft landing despite the sporty perception. There it is.
Okay. All right, hold up. Where's the piece where they floating and shit? I thought I had saved the one where them hoes was in space floating. That looked fun. I'm sorry, y'all. I'ma have to be the one to tell y'all. It looked fun. I guess I don't have that one. They were like in the little tube or whatever, and they went up above space, girl. Hold up, let me see. Okay.
Got it?
Yes, here it is. There it is. This right here.
1, 2, 3, take up space! Woo!
This was so cute. If the world were not in serious trouble right now, and we weren't in a Great Depression, if we were not dealing with a dictator, if we were not dealing with, the Roe v. Wade being overturned and y'all putting women in jail for miscarriages, child, if we were not going through the Handmaid's Tale right now, this would be so fucking fun.
Jameer's in space.
I don't care what y'all say. I would love to fly 11 minutes above the earth just so I could see how it look up there and then come back. It's the same thing as when I look into water. Like if you ever looked into the endlessness of water, like one of my favorite things to do, and this is why whenever I do a cruise, I get a balcony, because I really love to sit out there and just watch the foreverness of the water. Something about it calms me, but then also scares me. I don't know, but it's something about it that I like. Okay. So I feel like space will give you the same vibe, right? Like, oh my God. I thought it was cool, but I also felt like this young Caucasian lady. Let's listen.
Space mission this morning. That's end time shit. Like, this is beyond parody. Thing that you care about Mother Earth and it's about Mother Earth and you're going up in a spaceship. that is built and paid for by a company that's single-handedly destroying the planet. Look at the state of the world and think about how many resources went into putting these women into space. For what? For what was the marketing there? And then to try to make it like, I'm disgusted, literally. I'm just.
Especially because back in the day, when things like this were done, like in the 70s, 80s, 90s, and you would have these first times for a Black woman doing something, or first time for a woman, period, doing something. It was supposed to be aspirational to make all of the young girls feel like you could do it too, bitch. You could do it too. This don't feel like that's what we living in right now. Like it don't feel, it don't, you know what I'm saying? It's not giving. I am hopeful. Yes, I am hopeful for today. Take this music and use it. Let it take you away and be hopeful, hopeful, and he'll make a way. I know it ain't easy, but that's okay, cause we're hopeful. Okay, that's what it was given early 2000s, 99, 88, 72. That's what it felt like at that time. Right now, we're literally looking at the separation of the image y'all created to make us feel like this was so great living here, and America was so wonderful, and it was so progressive and, you know, aspirational. And now to really see it as the third world country is turning into currently. Okay, because you know they love to tell they child nothing nationalist Americans love to do than call other countries third world, as if all of the struggle taking place here is not the same struggle going on in other places. And then in other places they don't stress you out as much because they're not trying to create an image of bullshit. And that's the thing that's happening right here. The image of bullshit, it makes you feel hopeful, but it's empty. It's not really real hope. You're not gonna really do anything, you know what I'm saying? Like with this, the way you would back in the day. So I feel like what we're experiencing right now is watching them try to play that same propaganda type game with us while we're like, yeah, nah, it's not working this time, money. Like, it's not working, bitch. We not feeling it. We not feeling it. Like, it's not giving hopeful. I'm sorry. And I still feel like it's cool, but it just kind of showcases, right? They want to put niggas in space. Whitey's on the moon, everybody. Okay? Female Whitey is on the moon, everybody. Come on, Gil Scott Heron. He's on the moon. We down here struggling, scratching and surviving good times. Y'all on the moon and shit, looking down on everybody, you know. And it was such a. I'm gonna let this lady finish eventually, but I want to speak on this. There was a post I saw. I don't know, y'all know, like Black people love to be rage baiting people on social media, right? So, and I mean Black people because blogs, right? Black blogs will post racist shit from random white people to get engagement and get the Black people that follow that blog all upset. This white lady with, you know, thick ass eyebrows talks about how Black people are, you know, there is no real oppression because they're Black people who are millionaires. You hear that argument, but it's like, are you slow or something? Here's the funny part. She's oppressed too. She just doesn't see it. She may not be being as oppressed as the Black people that have like all of these systematic things put in place, like redlining us in certain neighborhoods, charging us more for home loans, charging us higher interest rates, like just all of the different ways that white people have tried to keep Black people in a service role in this country by all of these systematic ways, things that you can actually look at. There have been research, there are numbers, there are statistics for it. And one of the main statistics that I was brought to look up today is how many millionaires there are in our country. Just to be clear, we live in America. 340 million people roughly live in America. Only 22 million of that 340 million are millionaires. Only 22 million. You might think that's a lot, but then let's think about how many Black millionaires there are. There are only 2 million Black millionaires in this country. You might think that's a lot, but it's not a lot when you think about the fact that white people make up 76% of the millionaires. That's not That's not right. That's not right. And that's because there are systematic things in place, not just to keep Black people down, but everybody else too. That's why out of the 340 million people that live in this country, only 22 million of them are millionaires. That's because guess what, white people? Most of y'all are fucking broke too. Most of y'all are broke too, white people. Most of y'all are living under the poverty line too, white people. Most of y'all are making less than $60,000 a year. The majority. So I need for y'all to understand, a small percentage of people making this shit look like, oh, we out here reaching higher heights and shit, when the bulk of everybody is not, does not showcase that we are progressing. It doesn't. It's actually just what? An empty image. Just like these women flying into space. It is an empty image to make the bulk of us feel like that is something we can accomplish. When you really look at it, it should not be that hard for the bulk of the people in a country that's supposed to be doing so well to succeed. It shouldn't be that hard, but it is. And y'all think it's supposed to be that hard, and it's not. It's really, really not. Only 6% of Black households make six figures. That's a small percentage, y'all. It's a very small percentage. Stop acting like, yes, it's an illusion. Stop acting like the small percentage of people that are successful, that are celebrities. That's why we're so inundated with celebrity culture in America, because it makes you think that this is something you can accomplish, when we all know most people can't accomplish the things that the people that they put in front of us have. Most of us can't and won't. Most of us won't even grow outside of our tax bracket. I want you to peep that shit too. For a lot of y'all that think that being broke or being poor is something that is lazy or somebody's fault, in real life, most people, everybody, it doesn't matter who they are, what their race is, most of them stay within the tax bracket that their parents had. They only go maybe one up or one lower. They don't really get catastrophically richer out here, okay? So what we're seeing right now is us peeping the illusion at a greater level. Now, some of y'all seem to think these people did not really go up into the air and you know, fly above the earth. Y'all think they was in the studio. I don't believe that. I'm sorry, y'all. I don't believe that. I really do think that white people want to go to space, so they're going to do whatever. And also, if you pay attention, whenever clear people want to do something dangerous, they don't give a fuck. Y'all remember the dude that went down there in the Titanic? All them fucking people disappeared. Y'all remember that shit? They don't care. They want to risk it all. Okay? I'll come back and be rich again. Okay? Like, that's the mentality. So please understand, and people are actually doing the shit that they're saying that they're doing when it comes to space. Nobody is like lying to y'all and has a, you know, somebody in a studio or some shit like that. That's not what's actually happening. Okay, then people actually did go to space, and you should be more upset about the fact that they did that, because how much money did that cost Jeff Bezos? Okay, my God, today.
Space mission this morning. That's it.
So, like, that was basically all she said. Hold up. And then Gail felt bad.
This is what bothers me, because I've certainly read some of the things online coming from people that I know, that I like, that I consider friends. And this is what I would say to that. Space is not an either or, it's a both and. And because you do something in space doesn't mean you're taking anything away from Earth. And what you're doing in space is trying to make things better here on Earth. What Blue Origin wants to do is take the waste here and figure out a way to put it in space to make our planet cleaner. I mean, Jeff Bezos has so many ideas.
I feel like that's stupid. So y'all want to pollute space? You don't want to do more renewable energy. You don't want to create things that are more biodegradable. You don't want to work within the confines of the earth so that what you do doesn't hurt it. Oh no, we just want to throw the trash in the fucking space. Apparently niggas got way too much money and too much time on their hands.
And the people that are working there are really devoted and dedicated to making our planet a better place. That's number one. Number two, have you been? Have you
Also, if I'm sorry, y'all, the nigga that owns Amazon, Jeff Bezos, listen, listen to me. If you really cared about the earth, you would treat people better. You would not work people to death. You would not have them in these harsh conditions in factories. You would give them proper health care. You would pay them adequately for the amount of energy and life force that they give to you being a billionaire. Like, you would treat the people better. Like, and it's crazy because whenever we turn around and ask for like an increase in wages, all of a sudden nobody has any fucking money for that. Nobody has money to pay everybody more so that they can actually live comfortably when they work these jobs. Oh no. But you got money to fly random women to fucking space to make us think that women are doing something progressive as they're losing their rights.
been? If you've been and you still feel that way after you come back, please let's have a conversation. Number 3, please.
Have you been? The point, have you been? No, bitch, because most of us can't afford it. Don't you see the problem we're having here? The problem we have in here is the fact that most people can't afford to do half of the shit that y'all do. And you actually saying to us, tone deaf like a motherfucker. Y'all want to talk about tone deaf? This is tone deaf. The people are angry for a specific reason, and it has something to do with, I don't know, billionaires and the rest of the earth being poor. Like the fuck? And you tell all of the poor people, listen, we know you're too poor to go up there. So until you can, don't tell me. Listen, I don't have to be a billionaire or a millionaire like Gail in order to see that that was a cool thing to do. Fly above. And honestly, hey, I'm sure Jeff Bezos will start charging you motherfuckers way more money. Y'all seen somebody do it? It's going to be a thing now. It's going to be a thing that people are paying for. In 20 years, it'll be on Groupon, bitch. In 20, 30 years, this type of shit will be on Groupon for you and your friends to fly up to space for, 11 minutes and then come back down. Okay, they're going to charge out the ass at first, and then eventually this will be something that your normal person can get a Groupon for. Okay, it'll be a fun ride. Everybody will have a good time, take pictures, put the shit on the internet. Bitch, I went to space. Fuck you, Gail King. Oh my God. Let me let Wig finish.
Please don't call it a ride. That is not a friggin' ride. Whenever a man goes up, you have never said to an astronaut, boy, what a ride. We duplicated the same trajectory that Alan Shepard did back in the day, pretty much. No one called that a ride. It was called a flight. It was called a journey, because a ride implies that it's something frivolous or something that's lighthearted.
It was. I'm not going to disrespect this lady. It was, ma'am. It was frivolous.
There's nothing frivolous about what we did and the machine that we were on, and what it took for the people to get that machine up and running, to get us up and get us back down safely. So,
No, it was a dire situation. It was a life or death situation, but it was frivolous. It was frivolous because it did nothing to progress us. I mean, like, let's be real. That money could have been used somewhere else to help people. And I do understand, like, I guess there's a different budget for what we actually need versus y'all progression into space bullshit. Like,
very disappointed and very saddened by it. And I also say this, what it's doing to inspire other women and young girls, please don't ignore that. I've had so many women and young girls reach out to me, and men too, by the way, that say, wow, I never thought I.
Let me say something, Gail. Do you know why they put such they put such respect on the previous people that went? Because they weren't just celebrities that paid to go up there. They were actual astronauts. Astronauts used to have to be smart. Astronauts actually had to figure out some type of shit before they went up there. You know what I'm saying? Astronauts weren't just oh, I'm rich, I can pay to go, I'm willing to go because I'm fearless, so I'm a go. Like that's two different things. There was an education that was, I feel like, applied to somebody being an astronaut, not a celebrity going into space on a fucking ride. If you didn't have to do any mathematics in order for you to get put in this situation, you took a ride.
I could do that, but I see you doing it at this stage of my life. Who would have thunk it? Not me. And how inspired they are. This is what.
And yes, I think for Gail, that will be something that she can say, bitch, I was in space before. I'm sorry, y'all. It is a cool thing to do, but it is frivolous. It is frivolous. It's not, it's something for your, personal journey. Yeah, sure. But for the growth of the young girls out there, you what you think, girl, what I said, 20, 30 years, you'll be able to get a Groupon to go to space for 11 minutes and come back down. It'll be a fair ride. It'll be a ride like, there'll be carousels and roller coasters and shit that fly off the rails and then come back. Girl, listen, by that time, hopefully they will have created a whole spaced themed, park for this. A theme park, a themed, space park. Fly to space for 11 minutes, come back down. Whole bunch of other themed, rides that emulate space for everybody that's too scared or can't afford to go all the way up in the air and come back down. Girl, get away from us with this. That's my commentary on that. Let's go ahead and talk about some things that popped up on my timeline as soon as I got up here.
For years. I was on semaglutide for years. Yes, I was diagnosed with PCOS, but for me, for Braylon Greenfield, it was not healthy for my gut. Ozempic didn't make me change my lifestyle. It was a Band-Aid. I could eat McDonald's every day on Ozempic and still be skinny. It didn't help me have self-control or discipline. It was a Band-Aid. It wasn't getting to the root of the issue. The issue is you're an overeater. The issue is you have no discipline. The issue is you have no self-control. The issue ain't just your insulin. We like, oh, well, I need it for my insulin. Okay, yeah, it's balancing your hormones, but you still don't have self-control, insulin or not. So for years.
Okay. Oh, girl, listen, as a judgy bitch myself, Braylon be judgy all the time from a space of like, bitch, stop lying to us. Braylon, stop lying to us all the time, girl. Oh my God. Somebody said the deepest eye roll, Z Khadijah. Okay.
I was on semaglutide.
Please be careful of this type of rhetoric. There are people who will listen to this and not get on a GLP-1, even if it could save them. Also, she talks about everything publicly, but strategically left us out of her journey being on Ozempic for years. She is dangerously chaotic. I agree. This made my blood boil. Ozempic did give her self-control because it changed her hunger cues and satiety levels. Satiety. That's what satiety levels. Is that what it is? Satiety. I must say satiety levels because I know the word is satiates, but I've never seen a Y put on the end, child. I'm sure that's what it's supposed to be. Whatever. It literally impacts the dopamine levels. That's why people on it report improvement in all other compulsive behavior. Then she gets on here lying about it. We cannot negate the science behind its benefits. I really hate hearing people down talk GLP-1s because they hopped on the trend of a weight loss drug when the majority of people who take it need it. Doctors do not hand out prescriptions of them all willy-nilly like people think. If you are approved for one, there's most likely an underlying cause that the meds will address. Just because you don't understand the science of them does not mean they are a Band-Aid. They quite literally address hormonal biological gaps that lead to obesity. God, they tearing her ass up. She ate like trash and still lost weight. She's one of the lucky few super responder because most people fight for every pound. Not a fan of her by any means, but I don't understand the negative feedback on her experience and why her observation is wrong. Isn't her mentality why there's a shortage of Ozempic in the first place? The shortage was definitely not a result of a sudden rise of people being diagnosed with insulin resistance. Let's be real. She's not saying anything wrong. What are y'all talking about? Weight loss surgery, Ozempic, etc. are Band-Aids. Yes, they will help you lose weight. But okay, so I'm gonna explain to y'all what the problem is. Let's listen again.
Semaglutide for years. Yes, I was diagnosed with PCOS, but for me, for Braylon Greenfield, it was not healthy for my gut. Ozempic didn't make me change my lifestyle. It was a Band-Aid. I could eat McDonald's every day on Ozempic and still be skinny. It didn't help me have self-control or discipline. It was a Band-Aid. It wasn't getting to the root of the issue.
Okay, so yeah, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. The reason why what she said is problematic, even though she's speaking on her personal experience, the way she orates is in a judgmental way. The tone of what she's saying is, y'all hoes don't need medicine. Y'all need to stop eating so much. Y'all hoes, y'all need to stop eating all that sugar. Y'all need to stop eating all that salt. And the truth of the matter is there are a lot of people where it's not that simple. It's not that simple. They can't just not eat certain things because what is available to them. On top of that, some people's bodies are not producing the appropriate amount of insulin because they have diabetes and other things, right? Some people have gestational diabetes. Like I know women who got it from being pregnant, not because they actually were not eating correctly. So the way she is talking about this is from a weight loss aspect. It's not, to me, meant to be taken seriously by people who are on Ozempic for actual health reasons. But she is also saying in her message that even that is not, the insulin, it's not about your insulin, it's about discipline. That's the problem with what she's saying, because there are people who, it doesn't matter how disciplined they are, whatever their issues are, that's their issues. So at this point, I can eat a correct diet and I'm still going to have some of these issues. So, yeah, what she said is misleading. I can see why she's getting ate up, because what she's doing is really trying to judge y'all for not being as disciplined as she is now. She really just trying to judge y'all for not being as disciplined as she is right now in this moment, after being on the shit and not telling y'all about it, but then always still imparting some type of wisdom or judgment while withholding I feel like necessary information for you, for the dialogue that we have in here. Like, you want to tell somebody about how to do some shit, but you're like withholding how you did this and did that, and how you really didn't have it figured out all the way. You didn't, but you talk to people as if you did. And yes, it takes time to be disciplined, and your body needs to regulate its hormones right now. Like, your body needs to regulate its hormones faster than it's going to take for you to learn the discipline. And from what I'm reading, some of the women are saying that it actually does affect your dopamine levels and things of that nature, which would help satiate or would help with some of the discipline issues as far as what you eat, how often you eat, all of those things. B. Simone is just always doing shit like this. Like, and I also feel like a reason why this is very problematic right now in this time is because y'all have become anti-vax. A lot of y'all have like, you don't have the education level. I don't either, bitch. I'm not about to argue with you. But I do feel like there's a bulk of people out there who just believe that, the science is bad. White people, science, they did testing on us. I'm not gonna trust it. So now I'm gonna stop taking things that are actually good for me because I am living in a space of I can't trust any of this. And that comes from that anti-vax mindset. And I'm going to just say this. For some people, they're absolutely right that some things they should not take, and they should think about it and not just trust the doctor just because the doctor says so. Get several different opinions. You know what I'm saying? Do whatever you need to do. But there is something about how a lot of y'all haven't graduated from college. Y'all have no real scientific background. You don't even know how vaccines work. Yet you're anti-vax based off of propaganda. And then misinformation. You have now formed a very dangerous ideology based off of misinformation. That's the problem. The problem is making people feel like a holistic way of life is the only thing that would actually work. And people that have to take medications, they're not doing it right. That's really, I think, what's happening behind these words, behind all of that. It is the recognition that we are now becoming dumb and think that we're being smart. Like that, I think that's what's actually happening here. Right. Now y'all think everything causes autism versus the understanding that I think a lot of us were already having these issues for whatever reason, and it just wasn't being diagnosed. It's not really, because of you know, the COVID vaccine or whatever y'all want to say. A lot of misinformation spread about those things. And people just take social media stories and a little bit of information that they got from the internet and just, okay. Listen, and that's why I said not everybody. That's why I said not everybody. But a lot of people really don't know what they're talking about. For instance, we have been getting vaccinations for measles for years. There is a point in time that a lot of y'all don't remember that people were dying no matter what they were doing, no matter how natural the food was back in the day. People were dying from diseases. So scientists formulate ways to stop people from dying from diseases. They create vaccinations so that people don't die from this. Y'all are so far removed from how often people used to die from these things back in the day. You now think that your understanding now is better than their understanding then, even though you don't have the perspective of how many people were dying from these things. Right? So you've decided now to stop getting the vaccination. So now what's happening? There's a large group of people that are dying because they don't want to get the vaccine. It is a regression. And I think that there are some people who are well versed and who do understand certain things. And I think most of y'all don't. And I don't care what you're saying in your comment. I don't care like what you're talking about. If you know better, for real, then let it fly. But most people do not know what the fuck they're talking about. Most people do not know what the fuck they're talking about. Barely past science, barely past biology. Hear some shit from a stupid nigga on the internet, and now, the children is out here over something that could really be just remedied very easily. Currently children are dying because parents are exactly. And so that's why when people have this attitude towards Western medicine as if it's all bad and, they just want you to be, yeah, to some degree, yeah. But I'm gonna need for you to be more balanced in your approach and really assess things on a case by case basis, because I'm not about to believe that most of y'all, if something happens to you, you're not going to rely on the people at the hospital to try to save you. If you get in a car accident, if something happens and you have to be rushed to the hospital, you're not going to say, stop. Don't save my life. Stop. Don't give me the antibiotics that are going to make sure I don't die from an infection. Like, be fucking for real. But are we talking about daily life, how you eat, like all of those things? Yes, be practical, but stop being stupid for the sake of believing that you are living outside of the system. Because a lot of y'all, like to be anti just for the sake of being anti. It gives you an inflated sense of self. Like, let me read some of these comments, child. From the bottom up. Saltwater Daughter, what's up, baby? Thank you for the super chat. The gag is that almost every anti-vax person I know drinks all the non-organic liquor and have no idea where it comes from. No, it'd be so crazy. Okay, out here smoking and everything else, child. Shy Girl's perspective. Thank you for the super chat. A lot of our people have been listening to hoteps versus actual medical advice. It's dangerous. It is. Makai, hey love, thank you for the super chat. Right message, wrong messenger. Keisha Hayes, thank you for becoming a member, love. Mr. Sister, thank you for the super chat. Humboldt loves you. Thank you. Kimi Kim, thank you for the super chat. I feel bad for the Asian lady hearing her story to know she went up during this time and it's being minimized because she went up with celebs. Ooh, okay. Okay, so there was somebody in there that actually did some math to get there. Got it. See, that's another thing. Like, stop devaluing people by forgetting about merit at moments like this. Y'all like to act like y'all care about merit. But let's move on, y'all.
I would say would bother me the most.
Yes, y'all, Nene Leakes show is still popping on YouTube, and she is interviewing the girls, all right? So she talked to Latasha Scott. Let's hear a clip because I have not seen the whole interview and don't know if I will.
Is my sister.
Oh, man.
Like, that would be the most, I mean, all of them are my sister, but my blood sister,
Yes.
that is the part to me, like, have my bag.
Man, can you
Like,
imagine?
ride with me.
Can you imagine?
Yeah.
So that's all I
you
knew.
can ride with me when I'm wrong. You know what I mean? I'm wrong, but still just work. If I'm wrong.
But the thing
even
is,
if you feel that, just work with me.
Yeah.
Both of y'all are the type of people that like to control everybody around y'all. So you saying ride for me even when I'm wrong, I'm sorry, y'all. I can't with y'all no more with that. I know that a lot of y'all live that way. And that's your decision to make. It's your life. But no, I don't agree with that. I'm not going to just ride with you because here's the thing. Most of the time, people like Latasha and Nene, that mindset is really them bullying you, like really asking for you to be quiet and not tell them they're wrong to keep the peace. So then when they do some of that same shit to you, they're expecting you to be quiet and not say anything. That's how you end up in like low-key emotionally abusive relationships with your friends and your sisters and other women in your life, because they really have a mentality that you need to ride for me, whether right, wrong, or indifferent. And I'm just like, yeah, no, I'm not riding with you, whether you right, wrong, or indifferent. The fuck out of here with that.
Thing is, I feel like, my sister and I were, people like, y'all are joined at the hip. I remember when we were about to do Understanding, the song was getting ready to come out, and she had gotten pregnant. Mm-hmm. And I'll never forget, they were like, okay, we're going to kick her out. Mm-hmm. That bothered me.
Yes.
I said, Monster, and even though I knew I was like, Tamika, we need to use, everybody was like, we use birth control. This is our first time. The world doesn't even know escape yet.
Yeah.
So you're going to forfeit all of this, and I felt away, but I couldn't give up on my sister. You know what I told them? She goes, I go. Yeah. That could have been my whole career. I wouldn't have been sitting here. You wouldn't have been asking me about escape.
Right.
Because that's the love and the loyalty that I had. Right. So does it hurt to know that, yes,
yeah, I get it.
Deep.
I would say would bother me the most is my sister.
Okay. It's just so much manipulation. It's so much manipulation. It to me is very much given you have not learned your lesson, and you're gonna always be in this space of victimhood and throwing in her face and everybody else's face. Oh, I stood up for you when you got pregnant, so you were supposed to stand up for me. And it's like, yeah, but you stole from me, bitch. But you stole from me and you lied on me. Like, you hurt me in the process of all this, and you want me to save you or do something to protect you when you're actually harming me. I need for us to make it make sense. I need for us in real life, make it make sense. It doesn't make sense, Latasha. You and your sister are never going to get right because you never take accountability. Even the way she sits, this sitting with your head up like this posturing, it is supposed to give dignified, truthful, trustworthy, secure. That's what it's supposed to give. But what I have learned is this is a projection of how I want you to see me versus what I actually feel like inside. The overextending of the head being held up and all of that, to me, showcases how you are pretending in this moment to be more virtuous than you actually are. I want y'all to get her away from me. But more specifically, like, I'm glad Nene is finally doing something with her brand. But y'all the same type of person, which is probably why y'all see it the same way. Okay, let's move on. Where do I want to go next? Where do I want to go? I want to go here next, y'all, because y'all know I talked to y'all yesterday about Nova, aka my chat GPT that I have named. Okay, and I feel like she is making me a better content creator, bitch, because now I have the exact words to talk to y'all about, the way y'all impart oppression on these children. So we're going to get into this clip from one of these pastors, okay? Because y'all know y'all love to feel like, it's discipline. Bitch, it's abuse. It's abuse. But yeah, let's get into it.
Stop blaming white cops for the killing of black kids. Instead, teach your black children to be obedient towards authority. And I don't care if most of y'all are black. You need to teach your children to obey authority. We need to teach our sons and daughters to obey authority. We need to teach our children to not fight against authority, not fight against cops, not rebel. Be model citizens. Stop being rebellious towards authority. Be submitted to laws and ordinances. Stop parking in handicapped spaces unless you want a reason to park there.
Are you doing all of this because some teenager came to the church and parked in your spot?
Pay your taxes and stop cheating on your documents.
I know you church motherfuckers ain't talking.
I'm gonna go deep. I'm about to get everybody mad. Stop bending your numbers. Watch. The Lord said, give back to Caesar what belongs to him. That is, be submitted to governmental authority.
Who is he preaching to? I feel like there must be some black people, but this is a white church. Who are you talking to?
Now watch. I see all of y'all looking at me.
Yes.
You know why you're looking at me like that? Because you don't read.
Oh, I beg to differ, nigga. I beg to differ, nigga.
After Jesus is resurrected, I don't care.
Okay, so I don't know what he was about to go into, but let me read something to y'all. Can I read something to y'all from Nova? During the civil rights movement of the 50s and 60s, when Black Americans began to challenge segregation and fight for equal rights, the dynamic of obedience shifted somewhat. It wasn't about compliance to white authority anymore, but the overarching need for Black children and adults to be careful in their activism. Despite the desire to break free of oppressive systems, Black children were still often taught to be cautious in their resistance due to the violent repercussions faced by those who protested. Okay, so I just wanted to give y'all a historical context for where this comes from. And I'm skipping over slavery and going straight to the civil rights movement because I need it to be more current for y'all, right? That's the 50s and 60s. That's not, because y'all sometimes think because shit happened in slavery, which was really only about 6 generations ago, maybe 5, depending on where you live. Y'all think that's so far removed, but it's not. Like, we only continue the same mentalities just under different circumstances. And that's what we're talking about here. So the way you understand obedience to authority came from slavery. Let's drop down to the civil rights movement. I just read that to you. Now let's go today. In modern day America, the legacy of teaching obedience to Black children persists in the way Black parents often feel the need to protect their children from the systematic racism they will inevitably face. For example, many Black parents still teach their children to be cautious with interacting with police or authority figures, emphasizing that they must appear calm, respectful, and non-threatening, even if they are not at fault. Obedience is a survival tactic in modern times. The lingering effects of systematic racism mean that many Black children are still taught to be obedient to avoid harsh punishment, whether that's from authority figures, the school system, or society at large. This often includes being taught to downplay their emotions, avoid confrontation, and be respectable to avoid suspicion or violence, particularly in situations with law enforcement or in predominantly white spaces. But it also translates to how we deal in our everyday life with each other. Okay, a cycle of caution and self-control. In some ways, Black children are still trained to suppress certain behaviors in the name of safety. But let's fast forward. Why is it harmful? While the impulse behind teaching obedience was often about survival and protection, it can also be deeply damaging. Can I tell you why? Here's why. Overemphasis on obedience can stifle self-expression and individuality. Children may grow up thinking their feelings and desires are secondary to following rules set by others, leading to internalized shame or suppressed emotions. Number 2, perpetuate internalized racism. When children are taught that their behavior must constantly align with white norms of respectability and obedience, they can internalize a belief that their natural behavior or emotions are unworthy or inferior. Number 3, reinforce the power dynamics. It teaches children that their worth is based on their ability to obey and conform to a system that has been built to oppress them, rather than helping them develop a healthy sense of self-worth and autonomy. Number 4, promote fear instead of empowerment. Teaching children to be fearful of expressing themselves or acting independently can hinder their ability to become empowered, confident, and assertive adults. In short, while teaching obedience was historically a survival mechanism for Black children in America, it also has long-lasting psychological and emotional consequences. It's essential to acknowledge this history while also moving forward by giving Black children the tools to express themselves, advocate for their needs, and question authority when necessary without the fear of violence or punishment. And one of the things that Chat GPT that Miss Nova told me, okay, is one of the reasons why you don't see many Black people in positions of power is because y'all have taught them to be followers, teaching them to be obedient, teaching them to not, speak up when necessary, to ignore their feelings, shut up before I give you something to cry about, all of that shit, all of that, stifling self-expression, all of that shit teaches them to be docile humans out here in the world, okay? I'm just letting y'all know this is what the Chat GPT said. Okay? Y'all will see less Black people in positions of power, not just because of racism, but also out of our own internalized fear of stepping on toes. I know this is real. I worked in corporate America for 8 years while I was a journalist and a photographer working at a local news station. What I witnessed and how I was treated, no matter how good I worked, and how I would have my little silent demonstrations, my silent resistance sometimes to what was happening around me, which is watching stupid people who are friends, but because they look a certain way, went to a certain school, were from St. Bernard Parish, whatever, they were given positions that they really did not deserve. Not all, but some of them had positions because they ass kissed, not because they knew their job, not because they were a good manager. And what that teaches us as Black people is we move around and get around. Like, to me, corporate America, working a job in corporate America is a microcosm for racism, and what we have to deal with on a larger systematic scale happens in the workplace all the time. I've had to apologize to crying ass white women because I needed to work and they want to just throw people on you all the time to teach them something. I got a show to do, ma'am. But you cry to our boss, and now I have to apologize because you're crying about something and I didn't even say anything mean to you. Fucking weirdo behavior. Having bosses come up and ask you racist things, crossing boundaries with you, doing all kind of shucking and jiving that you have to go along with. Y'all act like that shit does not translate. This obedient shit, it translates. You have to teach children how to be obedient from the standpoint of this is what's best for you, not what's best for them. That has to be the thought process, because if not, you're basically just teaching them to give over their power to the very people that oppress them. So yeah, I just, because sometimes I feel like y'all don't be hearing me when I tell y'all why, where certain mindsets cause issues in everyday life in a practical manner, how these things that we're taught that are basically dog whistles of some type, like the way it actually harms us in real life is we grow up and the anxieties that we deal with as adults, why we drink, why we smoke, is because of the anxiety we feel about existing. Why do we feel that anxiety? Because our parents felt anxiety and taught us how to feel it. And they make you feel like it's survival. It is survival, but it's anxiety, motherfucker. I'm tired. I'm tired. So I saw a young woman on TikTok talking about Philip Anthony Mitchell, because apparently he's somebody that a lot of people like. And she said she was talking real long, but really I knew what she was going to say off rip, which was that he was speaking outside of his scope. Meaning that you are speaking on something with such passion and performance, but you're missing the entire huge elephant in the room aspect of this, which is that as Black people, you cannot keep telling us to be obedient to people that are beating us no matter what we do, killing us no matter what we do. Our obedience only feeds into them feeling powerful and us feeling disempowered. Okay? Like, basically, you too dumb to have this conversation. The fuck? I'ma just keep it up. Okay? Now, y'all, I did see this on the internet all weekend, y'all. These two. And let me tell y'all something. The way Prinky and Ray J was making out down to the Millennium Tour, it was giving drunk and high, girl. It was giving we about to go home and do nasty things. And normally I can appreciate this type of energy, but I can't stand these two individuals. But I want y'all to know that I'm telling y'all right now, we clear now. Okay? We're so clear on Prinky. I was clear on Prinky this last season of Love and Hip Hop Miami. And this week, we're going to do Love and Hip Hop Atlanta and Love and Hip Hop Miami for my members. We're going to do it because I was watching Love and Hip Hop Miami before I came up here, and I have so much shit that I want to talk about with that dumbass shit. So we're going to get into that this week. Don't worry. But here, for Princess and Ray J. Princess and Ray J, everybody was calling them Bobby and Whitney and all of that. But the thing about it is noticing that women start to develop the same, like they're the same person at some point after they've dealt with a certain amount of abuse, but specifically when they stay in connection with the man, right? And I think that when you see Princess constantly staying in connection with Ray J, making excuses for him, you liking his abusive behavior when it's done to other people, that's because she a trash ass bitch, just like he a trash ass nigga. They deserve each other. They deserve each other. At some point, you realize that even though somebody is being abused in the situation, and that's why I want y'all to understand that we can call a thing without interrupting what's happening, right? Because on social media, y'all are, that's why I mind my business. That's why I don't say nothing. And because everybody was saying that same shit when it came to who was it? Who was it that was we was recently talking about? Karuchi and Chris Brown. We was on TikTok talking about Karuchi and Chris Brown because they were out at Coachella and they were seen talking and the way she was smiling and laughing up at him. It's just was like, for a nigga that pushed me down some stairs, I feel like the smile would never reach my eyes like that again. After you tried to kill me, okay? We talking about Keke Palmer too, but this attitude that y'all have, that because people go through cycles of abuse where they forgive their abuser, that means everybody else that's witnessing it can't still call a thing because she gonna go back to him. Yeah, I want y'all to stop following me. Anybody that feels like that, I want y'all to stop following me because I want y'all to know something. I don't give a fuck if Princess go back with Ray J. I am still going to clock Ray J's abusive behavior when I feel like it. I'm still going to do it. Chris Brown, I don't give a fuck if Karuchi and Rihanna, oh, they forgave him. Isn't it time you forgive him? Bitch, I don't have to forgive him. He didn't do nothing to me. It's not about me forgiving him. Y'all think that just because the women they abused forgave them, everybody else is supposed to now act like nothing ever happened. And that's what's wrong with y'all now. That's what's wrong with y'all. Y'all really like to act like the shit not what it is because somebody forgave them. No, bitch, I'm not dumb. And when I say that, I mean, once somebody then tried to kill me, we never gonna be cool like that again. Like, I'm sorry, we're just not. And I'm gonna do that out of self-protection, out of protecting myself. And I know that Karuchi probably was smiling to appease him in some type of way. But when I have a 5-year restraining order against a nigga, I promise you, I don't need to be talking to him, smiling at him, seeing him. I will be looking past him like I look past any other nigga that's trying to make eye contact with me, and I refuse. I refuse. Okay? I just want y'all to understand, because this is an example. Princess and Ray J are an example of us watching throughout the years the way Ray J has treated Princess. It's been very rude, very fucked up, very disrespectful, and she stays with him, right? So now everybody is like, oh, she deserves it, or she's just like him. And yeah, to some extent, that's true about her being like him and kind of turning into a result of his abuse versus being who she might have been had she been somebody that wasn't so insecure and desperate to be with somebody like him. You know, a toxic nigga that's gonna pay for your life. Okay. I'm just saying. She might have been a different type of person. But all in all, I'm still gonna call a thing a thing. Ray J is still abusive. It doesn't matter that she took him back. It doesn't matter if they're making out like two cokeheads. It doesn't matter. It's still what it is. And I need for y'all to understand that. And then they're online saying Karuchi lied. She came out and said she lied. No, she didn't. You can't even prove that to me, but you saying that to me in comments. And every time I click on one of the women's pictures that's saying that weird shit to me, it's always some very dark complected, heavy set woman who Chris Brown would never fuck, would never pay attention to. But they're the women who are in the comments arguing on his behalf. It is coming from a place of you feeling desperate for somebody's validation, some man somewhere. I need y'all to take y'all capes off. But yeah, that was them this week. Is she on the floor? Oh, child. Oh, child. I don't know what none of that is, girl. That look a mess, girl. That looks a mess. Do you hear me? Princess came out the next day and said, I'm never mixing Tito's and tequila again. Never drinking again. Never mix tequila and Tito's. Is it because you feel sick? Or is it because you was at the concert like this? Girl, look at her. Girl, look at her. Yeah, look at her. Look. Into it. Do you hear me? Into it. Into it. Into it. And it's so funny to me because I feel like this is somebody, all this tells me about Princess is that Princess is a deeply harmed, fucked up individual. Not that they love each other. Not that they love each other. It makes me feel like she is deeply fucked up because when I think about the things that that man did to her, for her still to be able to look at him like that, I don't give a fuck whether you drunk or not. You looking at that nigga like that because you feel like that about him sometimes. Whether you drunk or sober, you feel like that about him. And I would just have to look at her and feel like as beautiful as you are, you really don't like yourself. You really don't like yourself because Ray J was just online talking about how good Suki's coochie was like 5 minutes ago. And I know everybody will say, oh, he was just saying that to hurt her because he wanted her back. Yeah, bitch, he was saying it to hurt her. Did you not hear the key part of that? That this is a man that would actually want to hurt this woman after he's already done so much damage when she was being faithful, when she was being married and sticking with him. He was cheating. He was out in the street. He was leaving her in Vegas while he was in LA. He was letting her get arrested in New Orleans while he was, fucking with strippers and prostitutes. This nigga has shown her on so many levels he really don't care about her. But here she is making out with him and shaking her ass on him. Soul tie, girl. You can call, yeah, they still married. You can call this whatever you want to call it. I'm gonna call it two toxic people, and most importantly, people that really don't like or love themselves. Because she's a reflection of him and vice versa. But y'all not gonna go that deep into it. So that's what she said. Then hold on, there's another clip. What the fuck? Fucked up. Do y'all hear me? Yikes.
Breakfast Club was my fucking friends.
Okay, now I don't know why Ray J is now in the pool going off about the Breakfast Club, but let's continue.
I thought the Breakfast Club had my back. Fuck the Breakfast Club, nigga. Them niggas don't give a fuck about me.
Why should they?
Fuck it then.
Okay.
You think I'm on this motherfucker masturbating for a rant? Here I am, a better man from that vid. But I still don't like the Breakfast Club because they really just don't want to help me. Like they made me induct.
So this is him being bipolar, but this is him also trying to get the Breakfast Club to bring him up there. Is he still begging Kai Cenat for a male sleepover? I saw that shit. I ignored it just because I'm like, I can't. That's too much bullshit for me in one post. But that happened recently as well. Ray J being online begging to have a sleepover at Kai Cenat's house. I mean, listen. Weird shit. It's all weird shit as far as I'm concerned. Okay, so wait, we covered Princess. Let's get into Megan Good. Oh wait, first we're gonna take a quick break. I need y'all to give to my massage fund. I gotta pay my taxes this month. Y'all know YouTubers, like it's a lot. Okay, if you love me, if you like me, if you feeling me at all, if you got it, give it. I'll be right back.
Anywhere you go, you belong. Anywhere you say, anywhere.
All right. Did y'all support? Okay. Hold on. Before we do Megan, because Megan got a few clips for us to get through. I do want to hit just these 2 clips up real quick, and then we'll hit up Megan, okay?
I don't like when people say me and Marlon dated. Never happened.
Yeah.
Never happened. One of the reasons that I get so upset about it is because it undermines the fact that we are such good friends and he has warred for me. He has championed me. He has advocated for me just based on GP, just based on love, brother, sister love. And it does exist and it can exist. Everybody who's single and attractive does not have to sleep together. And the more that you realize that, and the reason again that I get upset about undermining what the true history between he and I is because I feel like it doesn't encourage people to have wisdom. Like if I had been reckless enough, I mean, the man is very handsome and very talented and is an incredible human being, but I also know he's not my person. And if I hadn't had wisdom and discernment to know that he's not my person, I would have forfeited how many projects?
Right.
How much money?
Right.
Would I have let go of for a fun night or 2 or 3? Like, nah, I'd rather get that paper and have fun with my boy, my friend, my brother. That's who he is to me. And I have gained all of these other brothers because of it. I don't like when people say,
Okay, so thank you so much, Vondae. Thank you. Okay. Thank you so much, Vondae, for the massage fund. I love you back. Thank you. Keisha L, thank you so much. By the time I hit mid-30s, I stared the crying white woman in her face. I don't have time for their crap these days. Messes with your mental. Oh, yeah. Yeah. No, now they would never be able to get it out of me the way they like. And I still said, I'm sorry you felt that way. And I knew exactly what I meant when I said it because I know how they like to apologize. I'm sorry you felt that way. That's not a real apology. But if that's what you needed so that this, like, he actually came to me, I was like, what? Like, girl, my years at the news station. Scotty G, thank you for the super chat. I don't read. I have Audible. The fuck? Don't y'all know I love me some Audible, child. Keisha L, thank you for another one. She's full of shit talking about shit from 30 years ago. Okay? Listen. Okay. Thank you, y'all. I appreciate that. Thank you. Essence. I don't know. Okay. So what do y'all think about this? Because to me, I hear what she's saying, but I also feel like it's the same thing with like Tyrese and Taraji, where people play in certain roles together. They have certain relationships in Hollywood. And every time y'all see an attractive woman and man together, y'all want them to actually be in a romantic relationship. And no, and it shouldn't be like that. Every time y'all see somebody together, oh, they look cute together. They should have went together. Y'all say that shit all the fucking time. And it is weird behavior. It is rather weird. And I think we should start like unwrapping our minds from that. But I also felt like on some level, I'm like, it's because Marlon is an asshole. Like, I feel like Marlon is yes. If Marlon respects you, Marlon is probably a cool ass dude, but that's not the same thing as being in a relationship with him. And when I didn't even hear the part where she says, because I listened to the clip earlier, but I didn't hear the part at the end when she talks about how she would have missed out on all of these opportunities and making all of her money if she was with him. And I'm like, because on some level, you realize you would have had to forfeit your career and your life to be with him, which I think says a lot about the way she views him as a man that's in relationships with people. She's being so nice and she's really pouring a lot of syrup on Marlon. But to me, basically what you telling me is Marlon is not somebody that anybody should really want to be in a relationship with. He does not treat the women he's in relationships with that well. He is emotionally detached. Now, if he will see you as a friend, a business opportunity, he will absolutely be a great person to you. But when it comes to just the romantic part, no, because these niggas don't think anybody can love them for who they are. They feel like they're always going to be loved for being famous, for having money. So, and I'm sure they experience that at a high level. No shade. But they're never really going to be able to view relationships in a way that allow them to be open and vulnerable, because they're always going to view any relationship they're in as, you just with me because I'm Marlon Wayans. And because of that, they're going to treat you like shit. It's almost like, they act like it's not something they know they're doing, like it's, subconscious. But no, I think they know they're doing it. I think she's being very, very nice about the way she is speaking of him. And that's the reason why I wanted to talk about it, because Essence often comes off, I hate to say it because I really like Essence. I've met her in person before when I was working at the news station. She's such a beautiful person. It be coming off like, church pick me type shit. And I believe she already was married to somebody via a church app and then they broke up. So sometimes I feel like, and Megan Good, that's why we're going to move to Megan Good right after this, because Megan Good has a very similar mindset about church, about God, and the way she is led in relationships, that I feel like some of that is bullshit. It's not God, bitch. It's you being codependent. It's you being desperate for a certain type of relationship. It's you fearing being alone, but you get to mask it with some type of God Christian shit that makes people believe it's not what it is. It makes it seem like it's healthy when it's really toxic. You know what I'm saying? She low key, like Essence low key is reminding me of that. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on to Megan Good, because Megan Good was down to the Jason Lee, and I feel like the only reason she did Jason Lee is because Jonathan Majors has formed a relationship with Jason Lee. We're gonna play her clip, and then we're gonna play this clip on TikTok about him and Cam Newton.
The Lord, when I tell you the Lord's working on me, you lucky is Megan and Devon, because I like both of you. I like you more, clearly, because we have more history, but like it's taken everything in me. The good Lord has worked on me today.
It is the most painful thing in the world when you thought something was forever and when you don't see it coming, and
y'all have a long history. Jason is all right. Never mind. I'm not gonna focus on that part of Jason always trying to make himself, a star in the story.
So going through the divorce and being like, well, Lord, why did this happen? Like, I did everything that you asked me to do to the best of my ability, and this is the end result. And you knew that this end result was the thing I was most afraid of. And this is exactly what happened. But I also know that everything you have for me is things that are good for me and things that are meant to help me grow and prosper.
Do you think your love
And see, I feel like that's a problematic mindset to have, that everything God puts in front of you is something that you're meant to have and something that's good for you. That's not fucking true. That's not fucking true. It's the idea that, oh, the struggle is going to make you a better person. I think that just gives people a reason to excuse making habitual bullshitty ass decisions in their life based on very low energy shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's nothing, you're always trying to put an air of God. Like, it makes it seem like it's a higher state of being for you to make this toxic decision.
Forgot is what led you to marrying a pastor?
It was so hard for me to process, not even the marriage ending, but the feeling, if I try to do my best and that doesn't make a difference, if I try to be obedient and that doesn't make a difference, then I'm putting all this effort into like trying to get something that I don't think it comes this way, and understanding how much God loves me. That's what kind of blew my mind. And then once I understood it, then I was like, well, what do I do now? Because my whole life has been based on earning your love and doing the things that I'm supposed to do to get that love. And I have it, and I've always had it, and it's perfect.
Okay, so that was one of the clips.
Devon Franklin was way too good for you.
Oh, no, Devon left me.
He left you.
Yeah.
After all you went through to be with him, because you went through what happened?
What I can say is it's not that anybody did anything wrong, and I can't say that he that up, and I can't say that I that up. We grew from it. I don't think that any time was wasted. I think that everything in life, every single season, you do learn so much, and you do grow so much, and you do give so much, and you do get so much.
Did you really grow? Did you really grow? And y'all, I'm gonna stop her right here because I want to make this connection. Thank you, somebody, for saying obedient. When we were talking about theme of the episode today, y'all, obedience. Okay, keep this shit, y'all. Are you really different? Did you really grow? Did you really learn anything from the situation? Because the type of personality that Megan Good has, you are somebody indoctrinated in religion. You are a beautiful woman. You're a Black woman. So you've grown up in Black Hollywood. You've grown up in a Bible, I don't want to say Bible belt, but like you grew up in an environment where church is very, serious. And, that's how she's always felt and all of this shit. And I do feel like there are some people that come into this world and they feel the presence of God, but they confuse the presence of God with what religion is teaching them, which is outside of themselves. Not that you were alone with yourself and it felt like you were in the presence of God, because you were alone. But because you are being taught Christianity, because you're being taught religion in a certain manner, you're now attributing the connection you felt at that moment, not to yourself, but to an outside source. So now outside source is a male God. So now I'm about to go through my life treating my relationships like a male God is sending a man to me. And in our environment, the men are socialized to be controlling and kind of like God. If y'all think about God in the First Testament of the Bible, controlling, jealous God, all of those things, you are being primed as a young woman in Christianity and any type of like Orthodox Abrahamic religion. You are being indoctrinated to be obedient to not just God, but to the men around you. And what happens when you are obedient to everybody around you, no matter what? You betray yourself. You betray yourself. You dishonor yourself. You leave yourself for something outside of you. Okay? So then, when you get into one relationship that is somewhat abusive, not saying that Devon never put his hands on her, but the dynamics of their relationship gives that it might have been controlling, because he would, he's a pastor and she doesn't fit into a certain mold. So now you have to like oppress yourself in order to fit a certain role. So that dynamic would give me some type of push and pull. That's not healthy, toxic. You break off with that. Then you go and get with a man that is on trial for physically abusing a woman that he was in a relationship with. And then during the process of that, we got to hear some of the psychological abuse and control he tried to have over that young woman. You have to be my Coretta, not telling her that he would unalive himself if she went to the hospital after he possibly gave her a concussion of some sort. Her head was hurting and she wanted to go to the hospital, and he begged her not to go because if she went, they would know that it was him that did something to her and that would ruin his career, and he needs her to put his career ahead of her own health. A lot of y'all didn't want to hear that part, but that is vital. That's an important part of who Jonathan Majors is as a person, that he would ask another person to sacrifice themselves for his career. I don't know why y'all would think that Megan would be doing something different than he was expecting the other woman to do, when basically we're watching her sacrifice herself for him and his career. They told us that she lost out on opportunities because she wanted to be with him and put him in the forefront. So how did you learn? How did you grow? When it seems as if you basically putting yourself in a similar relationship, but just with a different person. And that's why I said what Megan does with putting God on everything, as if she's being led by God to make these toxic decisions. I don't like that, because I think what it teaches a lot of women, because let's not fucking front. I don't care how old you are. We are all influenced by each other, and we're especially influenced by people who are beautiful or who we admire or who we have been watching since they were children. We have a certain level of admiration that they have a slight bit of influence on us in one way or another. And so I feel like when you get up there and you talk about your life in this way, it influences and validates women who think the same way. And those women might be in situations that are far more dangerous than yours because they're a nobody in the world, versus you, who might be saved or who might get more, what do I want to say? Like, people will be more inclined to care if something happens to you. If something happens between you and Jonathan Majors, like, the world will want to save Megan Good if they know who she is. If you are just a random woman in a DV situation, nobody's gonna care. People don't really care. They don't, unless it's affecting them or somebody that they like. They don't care. That's why celebrities get preferential treatment. And this is something I had to realize, even with being a YouTuber. I am a YouTuber, y'all. But the way a person can get faster access to me if they're doing the same thing as me is also a reflection of that. Like, automatically trusting people to a certain extent, trusting what they showing you because you're seeing them on social media and you do social media. Y'all are not the same. Okay? I'm speaking to myself right now, but I'm saying even somebody that does this, is influenced by other people's influence. Okay? So that's why I'm saying to y'all, I feel like what Megan does is problematic.
Shut up. But I know he talks to God, so I don't want to go there.
You know what? They were only here for this amount of time. I got to be that close to them. And I got to give this much to them. And they got to give this much to me. And of all the people in the world, I got to, you know what I'm saying? And be really, really thankful for the time that you had. It changes the perspective of how you move forward. And it doesn't change necessarily the hurt or the things that you may have to work through in accepting and in healing, but it does give you a better perspective. And I think that it's my conscious mind in every single season to choose what best serves my quality of life and best serves the other person's quality of life.
I feel some type of way about that, but then maybe I shouldn't, because it's not even my relationship. I don't even know why I'm feeling that type of way.
Because you love me.
I do love
I
you.
appreciate it.
I'm gonna move on.
I feel like even if they have known each other for a long time, Megan would never have really like sat in front of a blogger to talk about her relationship like this. Like, I don't feel like she ever did this type of shit when she was with Devon. Like, they talked together as like a Christian couple thing. But the way she does these interviews for the sake of she and Jonathan's relationship is so problematic. But yeah, so Devon left her. That's what we got from all of that word salad that she was saying, that Devon left her. And I would wonder why. Is it because he could not control her? Is it because the church, because she didn't explain anything. Is it because the church situation was, becoming too much for him to bear? Like, why? Why did y'all break up? So, I'm very curious to know what was the reason? What was the reason? Okay. Hold on, let me see.
You ended up dating Jonathan when he was going through a storm, though.
Yeah.
And so a lot of us, and you know, I think the testament of Black women who are resilient and strong and all that. I mean, I don't know a lot of people that would want to get into a relationship with somebody that is going through a storm. Why did you choose to do so?
I don't think that there was any expectation that that would happen or any plan that that would be what happened. It's just kind of what happened. And then in it happening, I am in this industry, but I'm not of this industry. I can make a decision to do something because it may hurt my career or it may not hurt my career. I can move in a certain way that becomes about my success or how I'm viewed as an actress, or I can do something as a human being. And I prefer to be a human being every day of the week. I'm not going to step away because of how people may perceive something that they think that they know.
We all could look at it and see that it was bullshit.
Love is not conditional.
We all could look at it and see that it was bullshit. And this is why I have a problem with Jason being like a city council member. Like people that ignore abuse, like to me, they have other blind spots that show up.
And how you show up for people is not conditional. And it's not about throwing yourself into
How you show up for people is not conditional. Yes, it is.
the fire. It's about if you are walking with someone and you know the quality of the human being that they are, and if they have to walk through fire, are you going to walk beside them? Or are you going to dip out because it may hurt your career?
So basically, again, what is she talking about, y'all? The same thing I said. She is sacrificing herself for him. That's what she's doing. I'm sorry, I'm sorry, you guys, but that's what it is, honey. She's sacrificing herself for that relationship. Let's go over here to TikTok, okay?
If you watch the entire video, well, Lord forgive me, Lord help me, I can't get those minutes back. But at any rate,
And that's the reason why I'm not watching it, because Cam Newton makes my brain hurt. Let me fast forward. Shout out to the main Darian.
When he get ready, even though he had all them babies by that beautiful fine ass woman that he had been with forever, but he said ain't nobody gonna make him marry them until he get ready to get married. To me, that's fuck shit. But now that's just me. That's deadbeat ass activity. But Cam say he gonna change, man, and Jonathan is helping him.
We find that out 2 weeks later. We call our mom now and go, "Hey, mom, we want you to come out to LA, and marry us." She's like, "Oh."
Our mom, y'all. I'm sorry. I don't like that. I don't like that. You know why? Because I've seen too often the way people's parents sell them out for abusers. Tina Turner, anybody?
"Yes, baby, I'll do it." That's how my mom talks, actually. "Yes, Jay, I'm coming." I'll say, "Cool." She came down. That was always the plan, right? We do the premiere, which was also her birthday, right? Next day, she wakes up. I go out, grab a broom. I go in the backyard, lay out the blankets, light the torches, put the rocks down, call my homie. That's a professional photo, obviously. My homie comes, shoots the whole shit,
How many people?
It's me, Megan, my mama, and my mother, right?
The only thing I'm wondering, did she know she was getting married that day? Did she know she was getting married that day? Because I low-key feel like, are you telling us she didn't know she was getting married that day? Let's bro, just a little bit.
It's me, Megan, have a broom. I go in the back. Cool. She came down. We want you to come out to LA, and marry us. She's like, "Oh."
Okay, so she knew she was getting married that day. All right. I just wanted to make sure.
She wakes up. I go out, grab a broom. I go in the backyard. It's me, Megan, my mama, and my mother, right? So Megan's mother and my mother. And then we had the whole family up on the Zoom and stuff. And we did it. We got it done.
Bro, this is like...
And then we get this picture. You know what I mean? Like,
Look, I just feel it. Like, you jolly. You like, every time you look at her, it's like, yeah. Now, personally,
has the rest of this not been personal?
No.
Okay.
Was there a prenuptial agreement, son?
No.
right? No, not that I know. Because it's those things that, as men,
So they don't have a prenup. Does anybody else feel like it's her money and not his right now? So they ain't got no prenup.
yeah, right, yeah, and that's why I created Funky Friday. It's like, bro, man, pass all the minutia. Like, man, stop all that. Man, how was the movie? Like, man, no. Well, the movie's wicked. It's definitely is. Yeah. But it's one of those things that's like, bro, let's get down to the nitty gritty. You know what I'm saying? I think this is beautiful. Yeah. And for you and her to come and have holy matrimony. Amen. I haven't gotten to that point yet. I plan on doing it. You know what I'm saying? I think.
Why does he always have to bring himself into it? Cam, please free yourself. You do not need to get married, and nobody should want to marry you. Nobody should want to marry you. Free yourself. Fantasia, nigga.
Everybody asks me, it's like, bro, why haven't you? And I know I've had multiple examples of marriage in my life. And I hold it so sacred that the worldly image of that. I've seen men in marriages that were still living single. I've seen women that are in marriages that are still they got a possibility. Yeah, yeah. And I'm like, that's not what I was raised on. I hear you. And that's my fear. There you go.
So your fear is that y'all are gonna cheat on each other? Don't get married.
That's the fear of like, bro. What's not about to happen is that little boy that you call it the 9-year-old John or Jay, I call it the JUCO Cam, right? Where Burnham, Texas, you're not gonna play him. You're not gonna push him and force.
Also in the interview,
You're not gonna push him and force him. So basically, you view marriage as somebody bullying the small version of you. Got it.
Martin tells Ralph that Jason Lee is one of their homeboys, and I'm
Martin. Y'all know he's talking about Martin Luther King and Ralph somebody. He said,
"Don't say to Martin, if Jason Lee has become your friend, you've already fucked up."
That's why I had to play that part for y'all. Okay, so let's take it. So he was bullied as a child. I'm trying to figure out who wasn't bullied as a child. Like, show me the person that wasn't bullied. Okay, everybody got bullied by somebody, as far as I'm concerned. But let's move on. You know, different varying degrees. Please don't misunderstand me. All right. But let's get into Miss Jasmine Brown. I like the way I did this. Y'all like the way I did this? Shout out to the way I did this shit. No, real shit. Every podcast, he has the same conversation. Cam, free yourself. Hey, you don't pay me no mind. You act like you don't own me no more. Baby, we need space at some time. Your attitude is unpredictable. And I don't wanna make you unhappy. 'Cause you're not happy, then you're free to go on. 'Cause I don't want you staying around if I make you so miserable. Want me to know, talk to me. Go ahead and free yourself. And you really knows how to be. Go ahead to someone else. Yeah.
These 13 months postpartum, finally starting to, feel good and all the things. But I got a bone to pick with other moms that be in my business because I'm still nursing my child, and they're asking me, I see you're still breastfeeding. How long are you going to do that? Your boobs are going to sag, and isn't there going to be no recovering from that? Ma'am, why do you care? You ain't got to suck them, look at them, or play with them. Why does it bother you how long I plan on nursing my child? Why? I just never understood why people just feel the need to know that. Like, why you feel like I gotta answer that? Why do you feel like you deserve a response to what me and my child do? That's between me and my motherfucking child. Are you my child? No. All right then. I know you guys always think when I come on here I'm screaming, but it's because people are so nosy. I just don't understand it. Like, I know some women who done breastfed their kid till 4 years old. I'm not saying I'm going that long, but if I did, that's my Bobby Brown. That's my prerogative, babes. I just don't understand why people just. Anyways, am I the only one who goes through just the other nosy freaking? It's usually other moms. Am I the only person that's going through this? People just being so nosy about what you're doing when they need to mind their own business. Let me know.
He's giving a white lady answer that. Okay, so I know a lot of y'all saying, so what? Who cares? I like to give commentary for everybody. There are moms out there that have experienced this, so I'm gonna give y'all my opinion on it, okay? And y'all know Jasmine wants to talk about everything but what's going on in her house, and that's fine. Okay? But I am gonna tell y'all do way too much with that shit. I'm sorry. I come up here and tell y'all times when I don't agree with people. I need to tell y'all when I do agree. I agree with Jasmine Brown. I'm fucking tired of y'all. A lot of y'all do this. And it's an extension of y'all not really seeing women as humans and other women dehumanizing other women. This happened on with Tyreek wife. Y'all know Tyreek over there, the football player. He about to break up with his wife, Tyreek Hill. Yeah, his wife was on that show, and her mama was saying the same thing to her. But don't be breastfeeding all along, because then your titties gonna get deflated, and because everything is about a man. Everything is about a man. Don't feed your child from your breast for too long, because those titties are supposed to be for a man. That's how most people think, and I really want y'all to stop. I do. I really want y'all to stop. I'm so sorry I have to speak on it. It annoys me. It annoys me. I want y'all to stop. Okay? Let people breastfeed for however long they want to breastfeed. If they titties turned into a puff of haze, bitch, let they titties be a puff of haze. Again, like she said, you don't have to look at it. But I recently just saw this shit. So yeah, I have an opinion and I agree with her. Please stop. Please stop. Leave women alone. Banji Baby 21, thank you for the super chat. Jazzy gets on my nerves. Wasn't nobody asking you that. Just want to come on Shamar internet telling us her business while telling us stop minding her business. I agree with you on that part about minding the business, but also people do ask. I'm telling you right now, some white lady asked her that. Somebody asked, like, people, because really, like, when you really think about the way people act about around women and women being mothers, I was out this weekend. Right? I went out and I ran into a guy who I used to work with. And we never really got along, but we don't dislike each other. So when we saw each other, we spoke, right? And he proceeds to ask me, once did you and Lyric ever get married? Nigga, me and Lyric been married for 8 years. I guess because you didn't get invited to the wedding, you didn't know. I don't know. We was working at the same place during this time, right? When I got married. Either way, he then turns around and says, "Oh, y'all ain't got no kids. Y'all not having no kids." I said, "Yeah, no, I'm not interested in that. I'm not interested in." Why? Why you not in? Because I'm not. I'm not. Like, I haven't seen you in I don't know how long. We don't fuck with each other like that. Why are you asking me about why I don't want to have kids? And it is because, first of all, y'all like to make women feel like they aren't doing something right whenever it pertains to motherhood. Oh, you're not a mother? Something must be wrong with you. I feel insecure in your presence, so I know you don't have no kids. So let me bring that up as to try to make you feel insecure, because I feel insecure right now. Now, I don't think this nigga got a girlfriend or a wife. I would not know, okay? I don't even care. But the way that was like the second or third thing he said, he asked me, was like, why do you care if I have children? Why are you asking me as if I should change my mind about having children? Why? And this is why I tell y'all, as a whole, men who have no stake in it whatsoever will want some random woman that they not even with to have children, because collectively what that does is make women vulnerable, and it makes them less capable of standing in their autonomy when they're mothers, because their motherhood makes them vulnerable and dependent upon other people around them. And when you are someone that steps into a space with as much power as I do, I feel like people are always trying to find ways to disempower me. You haven't done something that means you can't just be walking around by yourself. being who you are with this energy that you got, you need to have a child so you could be at home somewhere. I'm telling you, it is wild. It is wild. And I could feel all the little nuances of why you asking me that. I could feel all of the little nuance of why, you know what I'm saying? Why you feel comfortable enough to ask me that. That's why I'm saying, like, what she's talking about, this questioning women on what they're doing with their bodies, and it happens in such a judgmental way. Like, if you're not making a certain decision, you're doing it wrong. That shit is obnoxious as fuck. It is. I want everybody to start recognizing it. Stop paying attention to how often people are asking you as a woman questions that are invasive. Why do you feel like you have the right to ask me that? The fuck? Like, me saying I'm not interested is not a good enough answer. You want me to like what? I'm just saying, y'all. I'm just saying, people really feel, and this is what it translates to, dehumanizing women all of the time, because you don't see them as people with other shit going on. You would not ask a man why he doesn't have any kids. Y'all would not ask a man that. Why you ain't got no kids? Y'all don't really, y'all ask men that, but only like trying to see if they gay or some stupid shit. But men don't ask other men why you ain't got no kids like that. Because you would assume that the man is out here making moves and he didn't want no kids and he wanted to be free and that was fine for him. But for a woman, you dehumanize her. She's a baby making machine. Why aren't you doing your job, bitch? Like, niggas out here weird. Yeah, he was doing too much, but everybody doesn't want children and they are entitled to their choices. It's amazing when women and beings to the world. Yes. But I could feel whenever you live outside of these boxes that people want you to live in, they have the weirdest response to you. They're fascinated by you, but they're also triggered by you. But that was interesting to me, child. I mean, y'all like how I did that, huh? Bitch good at their job, girl. A bitch is good at her job, girl. Okay, let me see. What else did I want to talk to y'all about before I get the fuck out of here? Okay, just some updates really quickly. I would love to do some updates with y'all. I want to play this audio. We talked about I don't know if we talked about it, y'all. I talked about it on my Instagram, the football player Quadarius Davis assaulting, basically choking his girlfriend out till she passed out. She was trying to leave him. Well, the update to that is hold up. That nigga got arrested. Now, the sad part about this, he'll probably get out and then some other girl will get in a relationship with him and he'll abuse her too. But from Southern University, wide receiver and NFL hopeful Quadarius Davis. Oh, he's an NFL hopeful. He ain't even a player yet. Ah, yeah, nigga, you fucking up. You ain't even about to go pro after this. Cause you got to do this shit after you make pro. We'll see. If they already put money in you, you still might make pro. Anyway, he's 22. He's been arrested for domestic abuse after his girlfriend of 1 month. Child, only 1 month. Jayuna Monet. On Saturday, Monet took to her Instagram and Twitter account to share surveillance footage and accuse her boyfriend Davis of brutally abusing her and leaving her unconscious. Captioning the minute video, Monet said, "Domestic violence is never okay. This man choked me until I passed out and peed on myself." My God. He kicked my door down and punched me numerous times, all because I didn't want to be with him anymore. Quadarius Davis is a Southern University college kid who is entering the draft this year. He lied to me about his case with his baby mother and said she lied about him hitting her. He later admitted that he did hit her and put her in the hospital. In a similar post on Twitter, she said, "I'm okay. I called the police. My neighbors called the police and I will be pressing charges. And no, I am not going back. I'm the one who initiated the breakup because so many red flags were occurring. Thank God I'm alive. I'm so grateful." This girl was only dating this nigga for a month. She was only dating him for a month and she almost died. And this is why you can't afford to give niggas the benefit of the doubt. This is why you cannot afford to give niggas the benefit of the doubt. Because this mentality, all y'all hoes that's in the comments screaming on behalf of Chris Brown and everything, all you bitches, yeah, y'all this girl. This is y'all. This is y'all. Somebody said they did something. Oh, they lied. It's not true. Go be with him and then watch him do the same shit to you. And y'all wonder why this mindset upsets me so. First of all, I'm a victim of it. So that's another reason why I'm so bothered by the comments that y'all make towards abusers and their abuse victims. The Chris Brown shit. I'm mad I didn't save that video. Shit. Okay. Let me see if I can find it. But his ass is going to jail. $20,000 bail. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens if he loses his eligibility and all of that shit. But he needs to. He should not go and be successful and continue to wreak havoc on people, because it's only gonna get worse when he acquires more money and all of that. It's only gonna get worse. So that was the update on that one. Let me see. Was there another update that I wanted to come to y'all about this shit. Because let's flip it for a minute. I would love to flip this for a minute. Okay. We be talking about the men and all of that. Let's talk about some of these women. Okay.
To sit around and keep letting you mistreat me, talk to me any type of way, say what you say, keep putting your hands on me, and all that weird ass.
So this is Jada Chief's sister. I feel like I've seen a clip of Jasmine talking before, and I've already kind of surmised that, the pick-me-ism is deep and desperate. In Jasmine, beautiful young woman, but that doesn't mean anything. I keep, looks don't mean shit. The girls are socialized to not even really see their beauty the way they're supposed to. But this is 600 Breezy, and this is them too. And I remember Erica, shout out to Erica, she played this a week ago, and I just wanted to cover it because I wanted to listen to what the girl had to say again, because I had things to say. So let's go.
But you don't want to let me leave, and I'm telling you, I don't want you. I don't want shit to do with you. I'm trying to go out the door. I'm not.
You're lying. Okay, young women out there. Hello, young women. Can we clock in right quick? Are y'all in here, young women? Are y'all in here, bitches? That's why I say I want for the young women to find me sometimes. I don't like this young woman for whatever reason. You know what I'm saying? Like, not her personally. I don't know her. But like the type of things that I've heard her say and shit, like what they represent, bird-like behavior type shit, they represent something that I just don't really fuck with. It's not nothing personal. It don't matter. I just, ain't my cup of tea. That's all I mean. But I want y'all to learn something. When a man tells you he don't want you, the craziest, desperate, most thirsty, insecure shit you could ever tell him is, yes, you do.
Lying. I don't want you. I don't love you. I don't want nothing to do with you. No, I don't. I hate you. I don't want shit to do with you. Like, what the fuck?
And do y'all hear? You could hate me, but she sounds so dumb. She sounds so dumb. Like, did she graduate from a high school on any? Let me tell you something. I need for y'all to understand. If you are listen to me, bitch. If you are in a relationship with somebody right now on this live, if you in a relationship with somebody and they never talked to you like this and you still with them, you dumb. Leave them. Listen to me. Stop being stupid.
Let me go. Like, that shit don't even make sense. You're not going. To sit around and keep.
You're not going. You're not going. And then when a nigga knock your head between the washing machine and dryer,
You're gonna die. It's over.
Then what? Let him leave. I don't like when y'all do that. Let them niggas go. Let them go. Let them leave. Stop being desperate. Stop being pathetic. Let them go.
I'm not gonna die with you. You might as well get me killed and end this shit right now. It's over. It's over. Jasmine, it's over. It's over. It's over.
That man don't want you. Probably want another man. That man don't want you.
It's over. It's over. I don't want shit to do with you. None of that shit. It's over. It's over. Now I'm not playing with you. You can't make no nigga stay that don't want to fucking stay.
You can't.
Like what? You done treated me.
It's a big old bag of weed.
Like complete shit. You think I'm supposed to keep staying? No, I don't want no drunk ass bitch. I don't want no disrespectful ass bitch.
I don't want no drunk ass bitch. And he's still walking around this kitchen in a circle. Why you ain't walked out the door yet, sir?
And I don't want no bitch that don't fucking like you. Don't want me here anyway. I didn't want you here. If I didn't want you here, why the fuck are we sitting here having this? Let me go. Let me go. No, let me go. I'm not dealing with that same shit that you.
It's because she's so young. It's because she's so young, y'all. It's because she's young. We all have stupid moments. Hopefully not this bad, y'all. I've definitely had dumb moments like this, but not this bad. Like, it wasn't on social media. My stupidity was kept in private, y'all. Okay? I'm just recently growing out of some of my stupidity. I had to learn, but I was indoctrinated into abusive relationships just like most people are. I don't blame myself. Okay? I blame the world. Okay? But young woman, I almost feel like if I don't talk to y'all bad, y'all not gonna hear me. Y'all don't hear people when they talk nice to you. Bitch, you look dumb.
You keep doing to me. I'm not dealing with it. I'm not dealing. Yes, I am. No, you're not. Jasmine, I'm finished. No, you're not. I don't love you. I hate you. I don't want to be with you.
I hate you. I don't want to be with you. That's the type of shit. Like, and then when you are hurt or harmed because he's telling you all of this, you're gonna be, I just don't know why he did all of that to me. Ma'am, please go find your self-esteem. It's probably in the bottom of a clothes hamper.
I don't want shit to do with you. No, I don't. No, I don't. No, I don't. No, I don't. I don't want shit to do with you. I don't want shit to do with you. No, it's over. I'm not gonna die.
You're gonna die with me. I would have called the police on him.
This nigga want to leave. All right, so let me fucking leave then.
No.
What's wrong with you?
What the fuck?
I'm telling you, I'm finna go.
I have
Yes.
to sit here and raise this motherfucker.
You don't got to sit here and raise shit by yourself. You don't.
Wow. Now we hear it, y'all. Ding, 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 ding. So that's his baby. So she trying to keep him there because she don't want to raise that baby by herself. So then when we tell y'all that people should be able to terminate pregnancies whenever the fuck they feel like it, y'all get mad at us. But people don't really want to be parents. They don't want to be parents. You want to keep a nigga. This is wild to me. Let him go. And if you don't want to be a mother, you need to sign that baby over to somebody that want to take care of it. But you sitting up there saying, you ain't about to leave me to raise this baby by myself. Let him go. And that's why we tell y'all every single time you lay down and you get fucking pregnant, it's going to be on you, bitch. It's going to be on you. I don't care if you have a husband. I don't care how long y'all been together. It is always going to be on you. You need to have it in your motherfucking mind that you might end up raising a baby by yourself, and you need to be prepared for that. And if a nigga telling you he don't want to be with you, he hates you, you need to be like, okay, now I'm single mom. Bye, nigga. Now I'm on my own. On my own. On my own. Like, no. No.
I'm gonna be right up the street.
It's not no two-parent household. That shit is a lie.
That two-parent household shit dead, bro.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Bro, you're not going any.
That two-parent household shit is dead. No, it's not. No, it's not. Bruh. Do y'all hear? Do y'all hear though? Y'all don't be listening. This is why when we was talking about Kelly's daughter yesterday in Real Housewives of Atlanta, and I said that Kelly need to let her daughter feel like, fuck out of here, I don't want that. You need to let her feel that. If she eventually finds her way into a relationship that feels healthy enough for her to get married, great. But let her feel that, no, I don't want this, because this is what the niggas are saying. This is what the niggas are saying. It's dead. And every time you turn around, who is that? Rennie Rucci. I'm trying to keep my family together. I'm trying to keep my family together. Girl, what? What are y'all talking about? What are y'all talking about? Please get that fucking fairy tale out y'all head, y'all. That's why I don't like the promotion of the fairy tale, the romanticism of relationships, because y'all really keep yourselves in toxic, abusive cycles that harm you and the babies for a fairy tale of a two-parent household. Sometimes that's not the way it's supposed to be. Most of the time, it's not supposed to be who you and whoever you was hiding a pussy for and had a baby with. That man said he hates you, bitch. You had a baby with a nigga that hates you. You need to go sit down and think about that. Let him leave.
Fuck you where?
All right. That two-parent household shit dead.
No, it's not.
You treat me like shit. You talk to me like shit.
No,
I'm not shit to you in your eyes. Why the fuck am I staying around you?
He doing two things at the same time. Let me tell y'all something. 600 B's, he don't want to leave. He don't want to leave. He does not want to leave. But he is holding it over her head. Because like, if you really didn't want to be with the girl, you wouldn't even be doing all this talking. You would have waited for that hoe to go to the store somewhere, packed your shit and left like your daddy probably did, y'all. Niggas back in the day used to leave quietly. They wasn't gonna argue with a bitch about it. They just leave, you know, I'll be right back. Don't come up. Don't come back. Okay? That's how niggas used to leave. Nowadays, you sitting up here wanting to argue with him. That's because he really don't want to leave, but he wants you to be scared that he's gonna leave so that you can do whatever it is he wants you to do. This is toxic, y'all. This is toxic as fuck. But then him saying, you don't respect me, you don't give a fuck about me, all of that, that's a trap. That's a trap for you to now prove how much you care because you want him to stay. Instead of recognizing that if you have any real love for yourself, once a person tells you more than 2 times they hate you, you need to hang it up. Flat screen. Hang it up.
Jasmine, let me leave.
No.
Please,
Let me
Jasmine.
leave. What the fuck? So I gotta call the police? Tell them, hey, I'm just trying to leave her house. She won't let me leave. This nigga want to leave. All right, so let me fucking leave then.
No.
What's wrong with you?
What the fuck?
I'm telling you, I'm finna go.
I have
Yes.
to sit here and raise this motherfucker.
You don't got to sit here and raise shit by yourself. You don't. I'm going to be right up the street.
It's not no 2-parent household. That shit is a lot.
Because she already know that once he's no longer in a household, he's not gonna be doing the shit that the shit he's barely doing now. He's not gonna do once the 2-parent household shit. Once he's out of the house, she basically gonna be on her own, and that's why we telling y'all that y'all need to be prepared for that, so you're not so desperate to be in a relationship with somebody that's mistreating you, because niggas will do this. If they don't really want to be with you, they will treat you badly so that you will leave. They will. So you gonna stay and let somebody treat you badly because you don't want to raise a kid on your own when you should have known you was gonna have to raise that kid by yourself when you decided to keep it? And this is why I believe in termination of pregnancies. I don't give a fuck if you got pregnant. If y'all feel like, oh, don't have sex, you need to. I don't give a fuck about none of that. I don't give a fuck about none of that, because the real of the situation is people fuck out of drunkenness, out of emotion. They have sex because it feels good, and you don't always get pregnant just because you had sex. So people have sex and then get pregnant and then decide to keep the baby for whatever emotional reasons they want to keep it. I'm tired of arguing with y'all about how we got here. The point is, we're fucking here. We're here. Okay? Lord have mercy. I'm about to play this last clip and I'm gonna get out of here so I can go to the gym, bitch. Need to eat. Then I can go to the gym because I ain't ate nothing but a little orange, y'all. All right. So what did Neo say?
Not forcing anybody to be here. If for whatever reason you decide this ain't for you no more, the door is never locked. You have permission to go on about your business. I don't want anybody to think that I'm manipulating these women into doing something they don't want to do. Everyone that is here by choice.
These are grown women.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
They made the decision. The question I get asked the most is, are they allowed to date outside of me?
Oh.
That's the question I get all the damn time. And I'm answering right now, no. And I'm gonna tell you why. No, they're not. Here's the thing. When I got with these women, I did not ask for their exclusivity. I did not demand their exclusivity. They offered it. They said, they came to me and said, I want to be exclusive to you and just you. I said, you understand that your exclusivity to me does not mean my exclusivity to you.
Wow.
You understand this? Yes. You're okay with this? Yes. Okay, cool. Since you are offering your exclusivity and I'm taking it, now there's rules that I need you to follow. But at the same time, I don't do ownership. Like I'd be a fool to feel like I'm the only person that anybody will ever be attracted to, anybody will ever want to see. I know that. So should that situation ever come up, nothing is above a conversation. However, in that I'm the head of this household, what I say goes. So if I say no, it's a no. And you just got to let that be a no.
So if she won't fuck somebody else and she come to you and she has to ask you for your permission since she's agreed to this arrangement, this one-sided arrangement, if you tell her no, then she has to listen to you. Yeah, this is abusive. Yeah. It's cult. It's cult-like. Because if it was right, manipulation. If it was not, then when she came to you and told you she wanted to have sex with somebody else and you said you weren't comfortable with it and she said, okay, well, I'm still gonna do it. You would have to have felt the discomfort, but you still would have had to be okay. Like you would have had to deal with your emotions on your own. But y'all would just be under the understanding that I'm about to do something that I want to do. You're not exactly comfortable with it, but your vote doesn't usurp my vote over me. And what she's doing, whoever the woman, because to me, it sounds like somebody done brought this to him. Y'all in a poly situation. You got 4 women that you're with. One of them, like, oh, I saw some man that I want to fuck with. She asked him. He is, of course, jealous and controlling. So he tells her no, because he don't really want to share. He's not doing this ethically. He's pretending as if he's doing it ethically. Because if you really felt like, oh, no, I don't own you, then she would be able to go and do whatever she wanted to do. But what you're telling me is that she has to just take your no for an answer as if it's not her body. Yeah, she would talk to you about it. She would not ask you. If this was really you not owning her, as you say, Neo, I was waiting for you to show where you was full of shit. This is one of the moments. There are plenty. But this is one of the moments that you can tell his version of poly is bullshit. She's not able to do the same thing that you can do. I don't know why you feel like you're head of household. All of the women work.
Or the door is over there.
Or the door's over there.
Fascinating.
Yeah.
I gotta ask you this.
Go for it.
So you're saying they gotta have their own jobs and their own stuff and be able to hold things down.
Yes.
They can't see nobody else, but you could go outside the 4 or you can't.
I can, but I'm good.
But it has to be clear.
Everything.
You can't
in the
jump out
open.
the 4.
There is no just random hookups here and there. No, everything is talked about. Everything is discussed.
What is it about you?
But you can still do it. They can't.
What are you delivering? What are you offering that has made these 4 women? It's 4? It's 4.
4. Mm-hmm.
That has made these 4 women say, no doubt I'm in.
Might be a better question for them, but
if you had to guess,
if I had to guess,
yes,
honesty, security. I've always felt like a woman.
Whatever. I'm gonna let him finish, but let me answer this. Why does he believe he needs 4 women? He doesn't believe he needs 4 women. He wants 4 women because he's a sex addict. Neo has a lot of addictions. I think Neo has like a gamer addiction. He might have other proclivities we don't know about as far as substances, but he has an addictive personality. He's an addict in several forms. I feel like he's a sex addict. In order to satiate how much he wants to have sex, he needs, he doesn't need, but he wants and he can have. So why not? Y'all got to realize a lot of times people do shit because they can, not because they need to, but because they can. Why not? To me, my problem with this situation is that they still have to work. So you're not actually providing security.
Woman will submit when you give her something worthy of her submission. And in a lot of cases, men get caught up on a lot of stupid stuff that makes them unworthy of submission. Like you cannot force a woman to submit. It has to be her choice. You can, and I feel like when you give a woman security, when you show her that she's in a safe space with you, physically as well as emotionally, as well as spiritually, when you give her something to learn, when you give her something to look up to, when you feed her in ways that go beyond just the physical. Don't get me wrong, the physical counts too, but it has to be more than that. It has to be an emotional security. It has to be a spiritual security. I have to feed your mind and your soul as well as your body. And that's what I do.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Maybe it's fear that people push back on.
I don't know. I just feel
who knows?
To waste time with
how are you gonna feel another person in all of those levels, y'all? That's where the fairy tale comes in. That's what a fairy tale comes in. And I want y'all to clock how this is how men feel about leading and you submitting to them and all of that shit. And I'm still trying to figure it out, but there's something to be said about the way men want you to give your submission. Like go up to them, do whatever you want to do to me. There's something about that excites them. And I feel like something about it is sadistic. I feel like he's probably emotionally and mentally manipulative, probably creates the push-pull mechanism in a relationship, probably shows the girls all of this access and money and all of that, but pulls it away as punishment. Probably, does a lot of triangulation in the relationship, because a lot of them, and y'all can refer to Kevin Gates when you think about the Neo type of man. They've done research, they've skimmed it, and they think they have the language to express a certain amount of involvement that they're really not showcasing, because it's all still the same shit that it's always been, which is I'm the man and I can have whatever I want, and I want all of these women to extract from, and I can give to them as I see fit. I can be bothered with them, I cannot, but they have to do everything I want them to do, or they think they can get the fuck out of my life. Now, I respect it. The problem, and I mean, I respect the part of they have a choice to deal with it or go. But I need for y'all to understand that that is also abusive. Because if you're really forming a real relationship with people that's based on all of those things, their obedience should not be a requirement for you to show them love. Back to that word obedience. He's basically saying, you have to give me your obedience in order for me to love you. That is a dangerous, toxic thing to promote in any situation, whether we're promoting it in church, whether we're promoting it in school, whether y'all are promoting it as parents, whether you're promoting it in your relationships with the submission bullshit. Yeah. None of it's good, y'all. None of it is actually good and feeds you as a human for you to be healthy and have your own autonomy. What's healthy is being in relationships with people, even when they make decisions for themselves that don't always make you feel good, because everything isn't about you. Meaning that if you actually had these relationships with these women where you love them, they love you, all of that deep shit that you're masquerading as, they would be able to live their lives and do what they want to do, and then you would still come back and be in relation with them. But that's not what it is. It's my way or no way. That's manipulation. That's a tactic of abuse. So yeah. That's all I got for y'all today. I hope y'all enjoyed the show. Oh, whole ass trick. I'm sorry, y'all. Hold up. Let me try to. Okay. Okay, hold up. Yeah, this is so funny. This is happening right now. So I noticed this, and I wonder if this is the issue. I don't know if y'all watch Real with Yanni, but I wanted to DM her because I watch her, and sometimes she'll have that echo. And I feel like it's because StreamYard automatically defaults and changes your settings sometimes. And I really wanted to ask her if that's what was going on with her, because that's what was going on with mine. All stream, they weren't working. Yeah, no, I know. I just realized, so I forgot to check when I first got on, but because normally I'll check my levels, but StreamYard will automatically change the settings so that y'all don't hear it. It'll default them. And for some reason in the default, you can't hear it, but y'all heard it just then. Okay. That's for, all the times that y'all wasn't hearing it. Sisters Keeper, thank you for the super sticker. Okay. That'd be annoying me when y'all can't hear the screams and the roar of the crowd in the background. Over. All right, y'all. I love y'all. Y'all have a good rest of y'all day. I'll see y'all tomorrow.